Wednesday. We started with showers and storms on the coast. Those have cleared, which means a live look down in Galveston, actually shaping up to be a pretty beautiful Memorial Day. But I'll tell you what, it is very much feeling like summertime here in Houston. Storm Tracker 2 not showing anything out there, but as we head into the afternoon, this will become more likely. That means if you are going to be poolside, here's what you can expect. Actual air temperature heating up into the mid and upper 80s by the heat of the day. Factor in the humidity, and that 88 feeling more like the lower to mid 90s. We do have a 20% chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm as we head through the heat of the day, but don't cancel any plans. Just know that if you start to hear thunder, you're going to need to head inside and then wait for just a bit. Let that storm pass before you can return to the pool. Otherwise, as we head over the next 3 days, temperatures hot today and tomorrow. By Wednesday, Andy, we're tracking another flood threat. I've got much more on Wednesday's flood threat coming up. Coasty side right now, 84 degrees here in Houston. Factor in the humidity, feeling closer to 90 out there. This is one of those days you just want to grab some ice cream, eat it by the pool. Not a bad day to do it. Storm Tracker 2 showing dry conditions, but you will notice a little bit of activity out in Matagorda County. As we go through the day today, we will see the possibility of a pop-up shower or storm, especially for our far coastal communities. And then as we head into the heat of the day, just those pop-up thunderstorms, our typical summertime variety. I'm not talking about the storms we saw on Saturday. Those were loud, those were heavy. These are just a quick pop-up storm, rains itself out within 30 minutes, produces at most 1 to 2 inches of rainfall at the very most. Those storm chances possible from now through 6 p.m. And then as we head towards sunset, everything starts to quiet out. In fact, your Memorial Day forecast showing not a bad day to head to the pool. Temperatures warming up into the upper 80s. Just don't forget to slather on the sunscreen. This time of year, that sun angle pretty intense. You can get a burn incredibly fast. As we head by Wednesday, as we're tracking a system pushing in from the west, you can see tomorrow that flood threat primarily going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and that's why it's going to be impacting our far northwest areas. It's not until Wednesday that the entire region has that flood threat, but I want to stress it's not all day. It's for a system that we're expecting that's going to be pushing in from the west. So into the day on Tuesday, once again, mostly dry conditions, just like today, maybe a 20% chance at most. Wednesday, we'll see a system working in from the west early Wednesday morning. You can see those storms pushing into the I-35 corridor, Waco to Austin, down through San Antonio, rolling into our far northwest counties early Wednesday morning before reaching Houston, likely for the Wednesday commute. Now, I want to point out our timing has not been great with these storm systems lately. Give or take a few hours, but for now, just know that Wednesday morning commute can be a bit messy. This is going to bring with it that flood threat that we're tracking as we head through the middle of the week. Those storms possible to linger into midday, so planning out your week, Wednesday looks to be the wettest day by far, but we're going to keep seeing storm chances continue Thursday, Friday, Saturday. In fact, every single day for the upcoming week. We've got rain chances, but I do want to stress this is a more typical summertime pattern here in Houston. When I say that, I mean it's going to be hot, it'll be humid, multiple rounds of storms. And I want to talk about how much rain we've seen over the last week, because we were forecasting significant rainfall, and I would say that absolutely happened here in Houston. We saw anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain. Closer to the coast, that's where they saw 6 to 12 inches across Matagorda, Brazoria, and Galveston counties. Now, the further north and west you go, the less rainfall you saw. You can see Waller over towards Washington County, about 3 to 4 inches, but everybody seeing a healthy soaking of rainfall. As for the day today, well, it is beautiful on this Memorial Day. Temperatures warm in the mid 80s, 84 degrees, but your pool party forecast warming into the upper 80s, a 20% chance of a quick downpour. And if you're curious, how does today shape up? It's a pretty nice Memorial Day. Our climatology here in Houston goes back all the way to 1938. That's when it was still called Decoration Day. The hottest was 96 back in 2004. The coldest was 60 inches in 1947. And I know Andy remembers this one well. The rainiest over 4 inches in 2015. Andy, that was the infamous Memorial flood here in Houston. Coming up, we're going to talk about rainfall for the rest of the week. 84 degrees here in Houston. Factor in the humidity, those mid 80s, feeling closer to the 90s. Our friends in Washington County. What's up, Brenham? You are at 90 degrees right now for what it feels like. So please make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Hydrate out there because it is very warm. Actual air temperature, hot, rainfall, starting to see a few rain showers. You can see on the far west end of Galveston Island, a pop-up thunderstorm, and that's going to be the trend as we head through the afternoon. You can see some of those coastal rain showers. Further inland, pop-up showers, only about a 20% chance. And I want to stress that these thunderstorms, nothing like what we saw on Saturday. This would be a quick downpour, maybe lasting 30 minutes, and then you'll be able to resume your outside plan. So please, if you're at the lake, if you're on the water, maybe the pool, if you hear thunder, make sure you head inside. Those rain chances most likely really between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., but an isolated lingering storm not out of the question. You can see rain chance. That's what that rain chance is. Most of the day on Tuesday, dry like what we're seeing today. It's not going to be until late Tuesday into Wednesday that we'll start to track a storm system pushing in from the west. That's why the flood risk tomorrow only northwest of Houston. That storm reaches Houston Wednesday morning. Let me show you what that looks like. Thankfully, models have been consistent, but things can still change as we head through the day tomorrow. Mostly dry conditions. It's not until late Tuesday night into Wednesday that we'll start to see a line of thunderstorms rolling in from the northwest. That's expected to reach Houston Wednesday morning. So planning out your Wednesday, extra time.